You know, as crazy as it sounds, it never even crossed my mind to think that Siobhan wasn't telling the truth. And I don't even know if I have a right to be angry because our whole relationship started with me pretending to be someone I'm not.
Well, there's truth and there's truth. I mean, not all lies bring down the house. What did she lie about?
Let me speak to the man.
This is a private conversation, darling. So I suggest you keep your mouth shut, or I will shut it permanently.
I do not like your tone,
Mr. Jacks. And I do not like your method of dealing with fellow employees. Ms. McKenna is every bit as valuable to me as you are.
maybe more.
Well, she directly disobeyed an order, so she was supposed to bring Lucky Spencer here.
I do not recall telling you that I wanted Lucky Spencer ambushed or eliminated. This independent thinking of yours is not cool, Mr. Jacks. It does not
Bode well for our future association.
If this is a threat, I'd advise you to reconsider. You need me. How else are you going to avenge your beloved son?
It's not a big deal on the surface, but Siobhan's been getting phone calls from her sister Fiona back in Ireland, and she told me that Fiona's worried that she ran off to America with a man she barely knows.
Well, she did. So,
yeah.
The problem?
Well, Fiona called my landline tonight, and it's the first time I've ever spoken to her. Turns out she doesn't even have Siobhan's number, and they haven't spoken in over a month. So now I'm trying to figure out who the hell has Siobhan been talking to? Why is she lying, and what is she hiding?
Maybe it's an old boyfriend, girlfriend. I don't know. Maybe she's got a kid she doesn't want to talk about. Maybe she owes money. I don't know. Maybe she's trying to hawk the crown jewels. I mean, what?
I know I shouldn't be suspicious, but something about it just doesn't feel right.
Well, cowboy, this woman had a life before she met you. Maybe there are some things about that life that she's just not quite ready to talk about yet.
I know. I just hate the fact that Siobhan's lying to me.
I employed you for a specific job, Mr. Jacks.
Well, perhaps we need to restate the terms to avoid confusion. I thought I was to help you exact revenge.
My son Alexander.
Vanished over 3 years ago. I was not unduly alarmed at first. I had reason to believe he had chosen to conceal his whereabouts from me.
Well, a similar thing happened to my family. You know, I got into a little bit of trouble and made myself scarce.
Last May.
My son's remains were discovered near Green Falls, New Jersey. He had been shot at close range and left to rot.
And his last contact was the lovely Brenda Barrett, right?
Miss Barrett
has information that is vital to me. About my son's last days, about his death, and about who actually killed him.
So, might I suggest we end all this hugger-mugger? Why don't I just, kidnap the bitch and bring her to you?
There have been several failed attempts to kidnap Miss Barrett.
I have changed my tactics, which are working quite well at the moment, and are much, much more amusing. With one exception. I am not at all satisfied with your work thus far.
Already?
Well, I did warn you when you sent me to pick up the body that it was a trap.
The objective was for you to convince Miss Barrett's protectors that you were the Balkan.
Which I did.
You also
So drove my son's already mutilated remains off a cliff. I had hoped to bury Alexander and give him some final rest.
But you made that impossible.
I am truly, truly disappointed in you, Mr. Jacks. You cost a fortune, and you do lousy work.
Nag. Do you know what? You're in no position to complain.
Oh boy, you're really getting kind of wound up behind this thing.
It just brings up all the lies that Elizabeth spoke. She was trying to cover up her affair with Nicholas.
Well, you were engaged to Elizabeth. And for heaven's sakes, you knew each other since you were kids.
Mm-hmm.
Siobhan is her own woman. She's independent. You've only known her, what, 2-3 months?
I know, it just seems like longer. We got close so quickly.
Well, that tends to happen when you're running for your life. Danger will make things move quickly, and it will intensify all your feelings.
What do you think I should do? I mean, I don't want to be paranoid, but I really don't have a good track record when it comes to this kind of thing.
No, right now I think you should relax. Just ease off, drop the expectations, swim with the current.
I honestly don't know how to do that, Dad.
Yes, you do. You do it as well as anyone. When I saw you over there in that Irish jail, you had your spirit back. You're fast on your feet. You know what you're doing, and working undercover is nothing but swimming with the current. Come on, if Siobhan had anything to do with reacquainting you with those golden instincts, my hat's off to her.
I did enjoy being out there again.
Yeah, well, it's like riding a bike.
I'd like to stay on it a while longer.
Well, pedal right up to the top of the circus tent and across the high wire, because you're good at it. You're damn good at it. You don't need me around to tell you that.
You're not planning on disappearing on me, are you?
No.
No?
No. No.
Okay. I'm gonna get you back to the Haunted Star.
No.
Yes, you're gonna check in with your bride-to-be.
Yeah, well, I think it's bad luck to see the bride-to-be before the wedding-to-be.
No, that's only on the day. You have hours to kill.
The day?
Yeah, you're good. Trust me.
When am I getting married? Is it tomorrow?
Listen, you crazy idiot. You want to work out the terms of your employment with the Balkan. Good on ya. I don't need to be here. I don't want to be here.
On the contrary, Miss McKenna, back here. You're at the right place at the most convenient time. You've just become a bargaining chip.
I have already
Cautioned you against threatening your fellow employees, Mr. Jacks.
The young lady is valuable to you, although I can't see why. If you want to continue to work with Miss McKenna, you'll need to give me a substantial raise.
I was warned you were a traitor. I had no idea you were also very, very foolish.
Oh, it's a straightforward offer. I mean, if you want me to continue to execute orders, and I emphasize execute, you'll have to transfer an additional $10 million into my account.
I have already paid you more than you are worth.
But come on, you hired me because I'm familiar with Port Charles and the people surrounding Brenda Barrett, but it would be very simple to switch allegiances to Jason Morgan. They have a very capable tech support. And with the information that I can provide, I have no doubt that Mr. Morgan could find you and kill you. Which would work very well for plenty of people. And I'd be a hero. I love the sound of that, don't you, lassie? Oh, it is good to see you.
Where's Tracy?
She's in the back. Doghouse.
Why?
Wow. Look what the cat dragged in.
Yeah, look. The twitching carcass of the rodent who's about to become your loving husband. What, do you think I'd jump the plane to Reykjavik?
Of course not.
Oh, come on. You're the Balkan. I mean, $10 million for you is pocket change. Especially concerning your beloved son. Your only son, I presume. I mean, you went through such a great deal to plan your revenge. It would be foolish to balk at a bonus payment. Don't you think, Balky?
And what do I get for my extra $10 million?
A week's worth of loyalty, and then another demand for another $10 million?
Oh, but think of what I could accomplish in a week. I could deliver the lovely Brenda Barrett into your hands And she could answer all your questions, and then I could dispose of her afterward.
You make an excellent point, Mr. Jacks.
Oh, I'm so glad you see things my way.
I'm quite certain that you can reach Brenda. And once you have her, you will demand an exorbitant sum to ransom her.
Once I pay it, you will return Brenda to her supporters and vanish.
After disclosing the information you just mentioned to the lethal Mr. Morgan, whose reputation precedes him. He will find me. He will kill me, or at least try.
That's a very appealing scenario. And, yes, it had also occurred to me.
My son will go unavenged. And you? You will walk away several $1 million richer.
And laughing. I especially do not like the picture in my mind of you laughing, Mr. Jacks. You leave me no choice but
to terminate your employment, effective immediately.
Bloody hell.
Who is this?
Your employer.
Are you the Balkan? Or is he giving my number to another crazy man?
I am the person you all refer to as the Balkan. I do apologize for this evening's unpleasantness.
Mr. Jacks served a specific purpose, but he was too independent and unreliable for long-term employment. I'm quite sure you will not give me any such problems.
What do you want?
When we are finished speaking,
You are going to call Lucky Spencer.
You want me to lure him down here?
I want you to tell him the truth.
About what you just saw. But it has to be said in a very specific way.
You don't want Lucky to know that I'm involved in this.
I just told you I did.
Look, he's no fool. It's a rather large coincidence that I just happened to show up at the perfect spot to see Jerry Jacks die.
I rely on you to convince Lucky of your innocence.
And I advise you to stop stalling and do what you were told before you disappoint me, as Mr. Jacks just did.
I was on my way here to open this joint, but I got waylaid.
Where? The Canadian border?
Ah, Canada, the great Northwest. Vancouver, Banff, Lake Louise, Toronto.
Tracy, it was my fault. I needed some advice from Dad. I held him up.
Doesn't matter. He's either going to show up at the wedding or he isn't. And if you don't, I certainly hope you've coughed up enough for a splendid party, because I intend to eat, drink, and be merry.
It won't be much of a celebration without the groom.
I'll be celebrating that I'm rid of you at last.
Well, then there will be no celebration, because I'm going to be there. You're stuck with me.
Up to you.
Hey, where are you?
Near Pier 52. Lucky, I just saw a man get shot.
What? Are you okay?
I'm fine. But, I think the man's dead. He was standing on the edge of the pier. Someone shot him and he fell into the water.
Okay, stay where you are. I'll be right there.
All right. Be careful.
You okay? Come here. you're okay. Well, what are you doing here? What the hell happened?
I was passing by and I heard raised voices. There was a man. He was staggering to the edge of the pier, right where you are. Someone shot him and he fell into the water.
Did you see the shooter?
No, I should have looked around. I didn't. It happened so fast. I wasn't thinking.
No, it's okay. Can you describe who the man was that got shot?
About 6 feet, maybe a little less. Slender, in a business suit. Short, light hair.
Anything else?
It happened so fast. I can't be sure, but I think I've seen his face before. You showed me his picture and you said he was dangerous.
Wait a minute. The man you saw get shot was Jerry Jacks? No, I understand. Just do what you can, okay? Alright, well, Harbor Patrol's gonna send out some boats, but the current's pretty strong, so they may find it difficult to recover the body.
Maybe I'm mistaken about who the man was.
Well, here, let me show you his picture again. Is this him?
Yeah, I think it was him.